figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, unboxing and displays, etc. All right, YouTube trolls, toys back at you with another episode of Random Figure Review, episode 14. And I'm running a little behind. Obviously, we got the Sunday video out on Monday because we had a big weekend, huge flea market day on Sunday, and just in a good time to make that random video. And now it's Tuesday afternoon, but we're going to get this out to you, so sorry for the delay. Random figure review, as always, 6 figures, 6 different lines. Last week's price point was $40 or less. We're dropping back down to $20 or less. We're starting out with Star Wars, the Acolyte, Bazil. We got him for $14 from Pop Market. We're going with Indiana Jones in the Adventure series, Sallah. We got him for $15 from Hasbro Pulse. We're going with Marvel Legends, Hercules. We got him a trade credit from That's Entertainment for $20 or $19.99. We're going with MOTU WWE crossover. Seth Rolins says $24.99, but we got him for $19.99 from That's Entertainment in Fitchburg. We're going with WWE Ultimate Edition, Dingo Ultimate Warrior. You can see we got him for $5 whole from Legends Video Games and More in Granby, Massachusetts. And we're finishing out our 6th figure is going to be this big boy, Too Bad, New Eternia. We got him from Pop Market for $18. So all these, and then always, as always, it excludes taxes, right? So just figure price, $20 or less. And we're going to start, we'll just start as always. We'll get them out of the package. We'll review them briefly, and then we'll rank them from our least favorite to our favorite, understanding that we like them all. That's why we bought them. Just because I like figures doesn't mean I always keep them because of space constraints, but I do. I mean, most of these are definitely keepers. I'm slowly working on my Indiana Jones display. He's not going with Marvel Legends, but I just thought he was cool because I'm not really big into the Marvel. But we're going to start with Bazil. This little guy, I'm not familiar with him. I did not watch the Acolyte, but I saw him in stores like Target and places, but I didn't want to pay that $25, $26. But $14, I'll be in on that. So we're going to get Bazil Jedi Order Tracker, or Basil, I don't know how you say his name, pardon me, out of the package. And it says, Atenian Tracker, an ally of the Jedi Order. Basil has a hypersensitive nose that can detect his quarry at a distance, and he is tenacious in his hunt. He's quite the little guy, and his only accessory is, I guess, his tracking mechanism, I suppose. I don't really know what it is. Like I said, I did not watch the series. And it doesn't stay in that hand. Does it stay in this hand? Like I said, he's a tiny little guy. All right, I'll futz with that off camera. All right, so here he is. Like I said, tiny little guy. I just think he looked cool. He's about the size of, well, he might be slightly bigger than Yoda and Rocket Raccoon, but in the grand scheme of things, really miniature little guy. And the knock on Star Wars is they don't come with any accessories ever. Like, all he comes with is that. Like I said, I didn't see the show, but damn, I feel like they just get gypped on accessories. But other than that, he is a pretty cool looking little dude. Right? Happy to have him and add him. And does this fold down? Hey, it does, I guess. Look at there. Probably gonna leave it up so he can see his eyes, but that's Basil, however the hell you say it. But he's a pretty cool looking little chap. All right, up next, we're going to go with Marvel's Hercules. Like I said, I'm not big on Marvel, but it's Hercules, right? And I thought I could use him with a variety of different displays, whether it be with probably Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know where he's going to go, but he comes with this nifty little hammer. He comes with gripping hands. Also has Fists of Fury. Sort of this smiling head sculpt and this more menacing head sculpt, which is probably what I'm going to put on him. All right, here he is. We did change out that head sculpt. I do think I like this one better. I like how they got him all hairy, you know, at least painted on. Arm hair, chest hair. Sandals are nice. He's from 2021. Like I said, doesn't have a Hercules representing my collection. Marvel's Hercules will fit the bill for me. I'm not sure what display we're going to put him in, but he's got ab crunch, right? He does pretty well. He's got all your standard articulation that a Marvel Legend would have. No articulated shoulders or butterfly joints, I think they're called. Does look like he has double jointed knees, but maybe not double, maybe it's single. Shambles, I don't know, but anyways, I just pose them up and get them on the shelf. Can you change his hair? No, it just looks like his hair on that one. Head sculpt is coming apart a little bit. I didn't see that when I got him. Whatever. We're using this one anyway. So Marvel's Hercules, pretty badass. Once again, not familiar with any of the Marvel lore. Not a big comic book guy, unfortunately. But we have Hercules to go along with Bazil. We have Bazil over here under Ken. You can see for scale that Bazil is a tiny little dude, as we mentioned. So there's our first two figures, Bazil from Star Wars The Black Series and Marvel Legends Hercules. Figure number 3, and he only came with Fists of Fury because we bought him loose for $5 whole, but it's going to be Mattel WWE Elite Collection, Dingo Warrior Ultimate Warrior from the Legends series. I have him in pack, but now we have him loose, right? And he does come with a more traditional Ultimate Warrior head sculpt, but I feel like if we got to go with short-haired warrior, obviously went for when he was the Dingo Warrior. I cannot get that ab to crunch at all. I don't know. I didn't apply any heat or anything yet. But like I said, I'm much more of a poser. Meaning I just get them in a pose I like on the shelf, and we go with it from there. So I picked up Dingo Warrior because obviously a younger representation of the Ultimate Warrior is badass. Right, if you know, you know. Sting and Rock, the Blade Runners. Ultimate Warrior was Rock prior, and he was tag team with Sting, and I thought that was awesome from back in the day. So that's figure number 3, Mattel Elite Collection, Legend Series. Ultimate Warrior, Dingo Warrior version. All right, from Indiana Jones Adventure Series, Raiders of the Lost Ark, we got Sallah. And once again, he's fresh out of the pack. Right, and, arms are quite stiff, right? But fairly nondescript. I mean, from Raiders of the Lost Ark, we could pretty much use him for any sort of Middle Eastern diorama we want. He comes with a shovel, right? The shovel handle is sort of chintzy. I mean, it's already bent out of the pack. He comes with a rope, and then he comes with the Build-A-Figure, artifact Build-A-Figure piece, right? Which is pretty cool. We're working on that. That's mainly why we got Sallah. I do like the some of the Indiana Jones figs. I mean, I have pretty much all the Indiana Jones. I'm a big fan of the short round figure. Sallah, you know, lower down the list. I haven't seen the Indiana Jones movies in quite a while, to be honest, so I'm going to have to go back and watch it because I'm not super familiar with... I don't really recall him, to be honest. But like I said, I haven't watched him in quite a while. But the shovel also comes in handy. Maybe we can straighten out that shovel handle with a little bit of heat. And the rope comes in handy. We could use that with a variety of figures, even if we don't use it with him. I'm thinking Alpine from G.I. Joe right out the gate. I just put it on his arm like this. But we got figure number 4 is going to be Sallah from Indiana Jones Adventure Series, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And shovel fell out of his hand, shambles. Can we get him to stand without a figure stand? We're going to get a figure stand for Sallah. All right, figure number 4, Sallah from Indiana Jones Adventure Series. All right, Mattel, MOTU, WWE crossover, Seth freaking Rolins. I guess I don't know who the hell he's supposed to be. It looks sort of like Zodiac's chest plate, but I don't really know who he's supposed to be. When I picked up the big mass purchase of the Superstars and MOTU crossover, he was one I left behind because he just wasn't one of my favorites. So probably let you know he's probably going to be ranking a little bit lower down my rankings today. But he was still there when we went back and picked up some more figures with trade credits. So we decided to pick him up on round number 3. So he does come with his flaming sword, which I do think is pretty cool. But MOTU WWE crossover, Seth Rollins is figure number 5. And that leaves one figure remaining. And that figure is Too Bad from Mattel, Masters of the Universe New Eternia. Once the respective captains of competing mercenary ships, Tuvar and Badra, both had their eyes on the legendary treasure of the Horde Prime. The treasure, however, came with a curse. It fused the rival captains together, who now terrorize New Eternia as Too Bad. With his combined knowledge, Too Bad could rule the universe if it weren't also for his combined ego. All right, Too Bad comes equipped with a bevy of weapons, right? He's got a shield, which we will get placed on his hand. That's how it came out of the package. All right, sorry. It took quite a bit of heat to get this blue arm. I don't know which one's Tuvar, which one's Badra. I don't recall. Forgive me. Once again, He-Man, it's been a while. But I will catch up, right? Because I have the entire He-Man cartoon series on DVD now. So we're going to go back and watch it. But he comes with a shield, weapons for each arm, a holster for an alternate gun, and then a holster on the back for an alternate bludgeoning tool. And however you want to display it, it rotates, which is pretty cool. So we got Too Bad from Masters Universe New Eternia, 7-inch scale. That's what I decided to go with for He-Man. I know they take up more room, but I just like the more articulated He-Man figures. Once again, I feel like He-Man can morph into any fantasy world, like with my Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff. So, and Too Bad is pretty badass. So that's figure number 6. And if he falls over, we're going to have a massive fig-tastrophe. So these are the 6 figures that we reviewed today. Let's get Too Bad in scope. All right, so we got Bazil from the Black Series, Hercules from Marvel, Dingo Warrior from WWE Ultimate, Sallah from Indiana Jones, MOTU WWE crossover Seth Rolins, and Too Bad. $18 for Too Bad, $20 for Seth, $15 for Sallah, $5 for Dingo, $20 for Hercules, and like $14-15 for Bazil. So now we're going to rank them from our least favorite to our favorite, understanding that we like them all. And I'm probably going to go with Sallah in 6th place, right? Just because he's rather nondescript. I can use him. Also, he has a little bit of trouble standing with that skirt. Or whatever the hell you call it when a guy wears it. Robe, tunic, hell, I don't know. And the shovel's bent, which sort of pissed me off. Right, number 5, I'm not a big fan of Seth Rollins as an in-ring talent, so that means I'm not a big fan of his action figures either. So number 5, we're going to go with MOTU crossover Seth Rollins, but I am happy to have it because I am trying to collect as many of those MOTU crossovers as I can. Oh, hell, I mentioned Shambles. Too Bad comes with Fists of Fury, one for each corresponding hand, obviously. 3rd place, we're going to go with Ultimate Warrior Dingo version, right? 4th place. I like this figure quite a bit, but I have several Ultimate Warriors, but I am happy to have a short-haired version. So that's pretty cool. 3rd place, I'm going to go with the Little Tyke Bazil from Star Wars The Black Series. I just think he's pretty cool, and he's tiny, man. Look at him compared to that 7-inch Warrior. And that leaves 2. We got Too Bad, and we got Hercules. And this is a tough one. Tough. I like them all. I think Too Bad for me is going to be 2nd place. Right? I just really like this Hercules figure. And let me see if I can back out and get him in the shot. But I really like him, even though we're probably going to have to glue this alternate head sculpt because it looks like his hair is separating from his helmet, which is unfortunate. But he is like 4 years old, and we did get him used. So 6th, Sallah. 5th, Seth. 4th, Dingo. 3rd, Bazil. 2nd, Too Bad. 1st, Hercules. And I know it's tough when they're non-related lines, but that's what I put myself in. And this is Random Figure Review episode 14. We appreciate you, as always, watching our videos. Once again, sorry for the delay. We're going to get this out very soon. And as always, this has been Trolls Toys. Truly appreciate you watching my videos. Peace.